Is it good now?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
We'll fix it in post. It's all fixable in post.
How long does post take you on this?
I mean, that's the fucking bummer. It takes me fucking forever.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop cussing as much. So that
Failed almost immediately.
I mean, yeah, it's just not necessary. Like, why did I just have to say the F word twice right there?
Well, don't you say it when you're frustrated or when
That's true.
you just thought of like editing that makes you frustrated?
Yeah, dude, I was just thinking about this as we were gonna come do this. And I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to talk to you and sit with you here.
Same.
But there's part of me that has a non-excitement for the amount of editing that I'll have to do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a association type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's a weird thing. Like if I had somebody editing these for me, I would do one like every day.
Yeah.
And then I could just pump them out, and it would be so great because there's so many people that I want to get on as well, you know?
Yeah.
And
do you wait to edit the last one before you film another one, or?
No, that's the other thing. I almost told you yesterday, let's not do it, just because I have 2 in the bank that I need to edit.
Dang.
And so I'm like, if we talk about relevant stuff, this most likely won't come out for 3 weeks.
Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, I think Thanksgiving passed.
Damn.
Yeah, we're into December maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? But maybe who knows?
Yeah. You have to like the whole, or you have to enjoy the whole process. And if you aren't enjoying the editing, you should get somebody else on it.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem realistic. I mean, it's fine. The editing I don't really hate too much. It's just how long it takes.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating when I want to get a podcast out weekly and I'm just not able to do that consistently.
Yeah.
And I'd like my podcast to be even more edited and better and have more clips and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
would you rather go to 3 open mics? Here's the deal. Would you rather go to 3 open mics or edit 1 episode of this?
Well, lately I've been choosing the first one, the open mics, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I should. I have so much anxiety, I guess. I don't even know if it's anxiety or if that's the right word or what. But I have so much anxiety or nervousness about stand-up, and I always feel so behind in like preparation and like writing new jokes and stuff that I'll like go to mics. I feel like I have to do that, and this comes secondary a lot. But I've been thinking about it a lot, and like my plan today was just to edit. Yeah. That's what the weekends should be for, I guess.
You gotta enjoy yourself too. I was just gonna say maybe cut out an evening and be like, that's your editing night, but
I know
if it's at the expense of stage time, that's a cost benefit question.
Yeah, I should. But then it's just, I don't know. Like I don't know. It's hard for me to just even want to sit down and edit.
Yeah.
Even if I take the night off, I might just end up wasting time or make dinner or hang out with my girlfriend, and then it's just...
Yeah, you end up living. Which ain't bad.
That's what's good about stand-up in a way, is like just the act of driving to the open mic causes you to like, okay, now you have to start thinking about it. You have to do something.
Yeah.
It's like a physical, but like a lot of other art forms, you don't have that. That's like been my struggle with music a lot, is it's all on myself to like set up time and pick up my guitar and do it.
Is there a thing in music that is similar to the comedy open mic? I mean, obviously music open mic, but like that you, as soon as you're there, it's like, I got to create something. Like, I'm in this space. Like,
yeah, well, I think the thing would be if you have people you're making music with, or if you had like a band, or if you had studio time set up or things like that.
Yeah.
Consistently. And you had, other people relying on that. So yeah, it's like, I signed up for this mic, or I got this show, so now I'm going, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But
It's just the act of going to the place that usually causes the progress.
yeah,
So, yeah, it's hard to just be like cut time out of your day. It should just be like the way you feel about anything that you don't think about. You just go do it. Like, you don't put the mental block of like, I got to carve out time for this. It's like, well, no, that's what you are. You're a stand-up comedian, so.
yeah.
But that's not realistic. You do have to carve out time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the goal, is to be at a spot where you can just do whatever you want really with your time. And I guess you can do that now, but not in the same way.
No.
I mean, we all need money to survive. We got to work and sacrifice
Yeah.
our time to do things that we don't want to do. You got to do that for other people as well, so they don't hate you. You got to go to your grandma's birthday party, or your sister's funeral, or your uncle's wedding, or what else?
Yeah, but you gotta like those things though, man.
Yeah, you do, but
Your sister's funeral sounds like a bummer, but I'm sorry about that.
no, it was
talked
it
about
was kind of
that.
a banger, to be honest.
That does sound
went
like
off.
it would
It's
have, like there would be a good crowd. Cause
Yeah. Cause why?
no, probably because it's a young girl's wedding, and so it'd be like
Funeral. Yeah.
Oh yeah, funeral. Whoops. Yeah.
A good crowd of what?
I guess just like hot girls.
Hot young girls.
Yeah, that should be the next Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson wedding crashers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to young girls' funerals.
I mean, my sister was 6 when she died, so
I'm sorry.
yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird now.
Yeah, I guess between 18 and 27 is when they should target.
I'm gonna
God
have to
damn
cut
it! Did
this
your
out.
sister really fucking die?
Oh no,
Okay,
she's alive, and
that's good.
sometimes I wish she died. But that's just sibling stuff, right?
Yeah, that is sibling stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you have this person who's very close to you biologically, and you share the same space, and you like almost have the same like family goals, and you just don't really like the person the way you like other people.
Mm-hmm.
You love them,
Yeah.
but it's not like other relationships that you have that are like your buddy Mike. Would you rather hang out with your sister or Mike?
Depends
You know?
what we're doing.
Going to a funeral.
My buddy Mike, for most things.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you also get so close with friends that they can almost become like siblings in a way.
Yeah.
And so that's what I think it is more than anything. I think it's like, you know your siblings so well
Yeah.
that they're like the closest thing to you in a way. And and it's not that fun to hang out with yourself. Or maybe
Yeah.
it is sometimes, but it's like, you just know you know so much of the story.
And you've been hanging out since you were whatever, so young.
Yeah.
You've gone through everything.
Mm.
So
And I think there's a cool bond to that, and there's also something that gets taken away. You take it for granted, and like I think that's like, relationships go sour in some ways because you get so close that you become like family members. You start a family together,
Mhm.
and that's why, like, you know, everyone's parents it becomes like you're not even like, I mean, what is it? Like, if you've been married for 30 years, like,
yeah.
it's like your sister.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean,
Right.
maybe I shouldn't say sister, but it's like so close. You spend so much time together that you can start to resent people just because.
There's nothing
I don't
after
know.
30 years. There's no way there's anything. It's unlikely there's anything new about the person.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they like everything. You know what they feel in certain situations. You know what food they like, what
Uh-huh.
things they like to watch, and so like there's no more excitement,
Mm.
and so you just have to be content probably with having this person in your life rather than like the exciting things of relationships or friendships, because that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. Well, it just evolves, I guess. It's not the same feeling as when you first dated and you were like nervous and got butterflies, like you're dating this person.
Yeah.
That can't last forever.
The butterflies?
I guess. I don't know.
No, there's no way they could last forever.
I mean, I guess it maybe comes and goes, but like, it just becomes something different. And I'm talking like I've been married for 30 years. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on, man.
Damn.
That's a pterodactyl.
What is that bird actually?
It's it's either a heron or an egret.
That guy's crazy.
A heron. A great blue heron? No?
Probably. That wingspan is nuts.
I don't even know what are we even talking about?
I don't know.
I feel weird.
We just went,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
You know, I guess my point was when you spend too much time with anybody, I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing changes from what it was at the start. And haven't you heard that like married couples will like go through stages of like hating each other, and not even in like a fun, you could interpret it a different way, like they hate each other. I know it. I was having a conversation with a comedian on the scene who's married, children, and he's like, yeah, I've gone through periods of like years hating my wife.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
And this is Dave J, for those of you who don't know who we're talking about.
Nico Jordan, everybody.
I'll clip it out.
But I don't get that. How could you say that you hate this person who's the mother of your child and your wife?
Yeah.
And I guess it's just, I don't know.
I think I know why. I think, you know, this is a person who's had these dreams of becoming a stand-up comedian or whatever, and probably partly mad that it hasn't worked out in the way that they want it to.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason they don't have as much time is this thing. They're conflicting, right?
Yeah.
So,
dude, resentment is crazy.
Yeah, and so
building up resentment for somebody.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think that even happens, you know, even without something like that. But it's like you look at your life and what it's become, and there's certain things you don't like about it. I wish I was doing this, or I wish I did this. I wish I didn't fall into this corner here or whatever. And then you see the people closest around you, and you start to put some of that hatred on them.
Yeah.
Just because of association. It's like, look, they're part of this situation with me.
Right.
Of what I don't like.
Yeah. That takes maturity, though, to not do that, because it's pretty unhealthy to blame other people or think that they're responsible in any way for the situation that you're in.
Yeah.
That's probably the family thing. Then that's probably the having a wife or husband is that you can't get rid of this person. You know, if you're like, you know, I'm responsible for how I get on and how I progress, but in truth, you're not gonna totally just like wipe the board clean.
Right.
You'll always have this thing there that is written in ink if you're serious about it or want it to continue.
And I think that's the number one reason why these terrible men kill their wives and children sometimes, right?
Jesus. I mean, yeah.
Like you ever see a crime show or a story when they, you know, kill, like they just want the freedom and they want to do what they want to do and they just feel like stuck, I guess.
Yeah. But that's always going to end in a morally bad way. But when you said like the murder of a wife and kids, I was like, what? I've like guys just like getting up and leaving, you know, and just leaving it all behind.
Yeah, but then you still got to deal with it.
Not really. If you move to another side of the world, if you move to another side of the country.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Why don't people do that more? I guess some people do.
Some people do.
Yeah.
That's some people's stories. And you wonder what happens to those people after they leave. Like, that's very rare that you like Warren Buffett, how'd you get to this? Well, you know, I had a wife and kids and I said, this is boring. And I left and it's been nothing but cherries on ice cream ever since.
Right.
Like no one ever does that and their life actually gets better. Like that's more symptomatic of who they are.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing we've been talking about the whole time. It's like, really, you just hate yourself, but
Yeah.
you're just putting that on other people.
Yeah. Do you resent me for not paddling?
No. I don't.
Okay.
But it's
You're doing a terrific job. The water's really nice out here.
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like I had a thought that down here if we got in, and I guess we could have, but we'd had to walk a long way.
Yeah, with the boat,
So,
I probably would have.
But dude, we nailed that.
Tested. Yeah, we
didn't
did.
get wet at all.
Yeah.
And as winter's coming, I still want to do the Canoecast, so I'm good we did that trial run, and now I can feel confident that we can get in without getting our feet wet when it's like 30 degrees out or whatever.
Yeah. I hope no one says no to you because of the winter.
I hope some do.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, it's just more of like...
Test people's metal.
Well, I have a lot of people I've talked about coming on the podcast, and it's a long list to get through.
Yeah.
Not to be humble brag right there, but yeah.
No, it's a great idea. That's why I
But people want to do anything. They just, I mean,
Yeah.
people, will do crazy things to get 4 minutes on an open mic. So
Yeah.
it's just the comedian. Do you feel like we keep leaning this way?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'll
What
shift
is
my feet.
Maybe I need to put some weight on.
Perhaps it's the other Red Bull I have in my jacket. Oh shit. We're getting it. Speaking of like families and people leaving, I knew a kid once this isn't about his dad, it's about his dad's dad. So the story immediately loses steam. But his grandfather had a family, 3 kids, Jimmy, Sarah, and Neil. And one day, he just ups and leaves. They don't hear from him for 20 years. The Jimmy, Sarah, and Neil are wondering, what the hell happened. They eventually get in contact with him, and they find out he moved to the other side of the country, got married, 3 kids. Jimmy, Sarah, and Neil.
Whoa.
He just repeated his family.
Wait, so this is a childhood friend of yours, or?
Yeah, this is my friend from college. He told me this story, and it's about his dad, but like, it's about his grandfather really, but it's about his dad, that his dad picked up and left and just like copy and pasted the life they had.
Yeah.
Even naming the kids the same.
Yeah, that would be tough.
That's crazy.
That's like, see, because I was picturing like a guy who leaves the family and goes and lives like a single guy, or kind of lives more free,
Yeah.
gets a new girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
But to go and to the same situation somewhere else, then it's like, wow, you just didn't like us. Like there's no, like it really was just us.
Yeah. Yep.
You're like, I love this situation, or maybe he just fell back into the same thing. Who knows? But naming the same,
that's crazy.
Well,
I mean,
actually,
he
it
must have really
seems
liked those names.
It seems easier to, I guess, not call someone the wrong name. Because if he had these other kids that he, and then one day he accidentally calls one of them, John or whatever, they'd be like,
what?
Why do you do that sometimes?
Yeah. Oh, so it was actually pretty smart in a way.
Yeah.
You covered his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that happens with parents where if they're really mad, they're just going to say all their kids' names at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that happen.
Trying to just get us out here in the open water.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, this is
Beautiful.
glory be to God. Look how beautiful this is.
I know.
Man. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. Yeah. I remember that we talked about this a week or so ago about wanting to get out on a Saturday morning, afternoon.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm just stoked to be out again.
How are things outside of the canoe for you?
They're terrific.
Really?
Honest to goodness, yeah. Thursday was Veterans Day, so I got my girlfriend flowers.
Attaboy.
I felt good about that. She's a vet of the Army, not of pets. And yeah, shows, clubs going okay. I know that we have extensive conversation that, yeah, but no, yeah, I know we're good, but yeah, I mean, it's not as exciting as it was a couple months ago, which is probably sad to say, but I mean, it's still going.
Why is that?
Because Rob's leaving,
Yeah.
and I feel less weird about being hush-hush about it now because, one, by the time this comes out, it's the truth. And also, he said it publicly on stage last night.
Yeah, I just saw he posted on Instagram.
Oh, he did as well?
Yeah. I just saw this morning he
Dang.
posted the clip.
Yeah. So, cat's out of the bag, as it were.
Cat's out the bag.
Cat's out the bag. Pat's in charge. Yeah, I run a club, Into the Ground. But yeah, still sorting that out because it is my passion, comedy, but it's my business in like a weird way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be like if you monetize the Canoecast and like this is how you made your money, you would approach it like a different way.
Yeah.
And you would feel differently about it than just, I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like you would just have a different feel about it.
For sure.
Yeah. How are you outside the canoe?
I'm good. Just, yeah, it's like, you have these ideas for what you want to do and trying to create the most space for you to have the freedom to do that.
Yeah.
And there's more I could do. But yeah, trying to get that set
You trying
up
your
right.
best though?
What?
You trying your best?
No.
Really?
No.
You're not trying your best?
Nah, dude. I mean, if this was
Damn.
my best, that's sad.
Well, you should always be.
I'm trying
Okay,
hard.
yeah, you shouldn't. Okay, you're not your full potential,
Right.
but you should always be trying your best. Like, this isn't the best version of you, I understand, but, like, you should always have the same ethic, like, and let that carry you to your goals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, if you're not trying your best, you should do that first. For sure.
Yeah.
That's just a contract with yourself.
I guess, but what does that even mean, trying your best?
That you're not burnt out. You're also not lazy.
I feel burnt out. I feel lazy.
You feel both?
Yeah. At
Damn,
times,
Fire.
at different times, not at the same time, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's like competing, forces in me that's like, hey, chill out, like you've been going hard.
Mhm.
And then there's another voice in my head who's like, get up, you haven't done shit.
Yeah.
You're going to sleep right now?
Do you have anxiety sleeping? I think that is crazy for people to have anxiety sleeping. One, because I'd sleep
don't know,
like,
what does that mean?
Me personally, I sleep like a brick. But like anyone who has trouble sleeping, like their
Ever?
mind
You
races
never have?
and that sounds weird, but no, dude, not really. Unless I'm like, off a concussion, I'm sleeping just fine.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, can't relate.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, sometimes not too much because I'm usually tired when I go to sleep. But
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes my mind's running and I'm thinking about stuff, so it's hard to sleep.
yeah,
But not in the same way that I've seen other people have. I mean, I'm not someone who like I think there's a good amount of people that have real trouble sleeping
Mhm.
because they don't think through thoughts throughout the day. Their just mind is occupied buy their stuff, and then when it's time to go to bed, they have the freedom to think about those things, and then
Yeah.
they can't go to sleep.
Damn.
So then they'll use some weed or use some sleeping pills,
Yeah.
or things.
You should give yourself time in the day to have like freedom of thought, or like just running through a checklist of what you got to do, because man, to go through that at night right before you're going to bed, that's got to just like stack up onto itself and end up having a bad or just not favorable results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, in certain like, you know, my jobs are always changing, and I'm always in different spots doing different things.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to figure out the best way where I can have more freedom of thought to think about things. You know?
Yeah.
Like lately, the way my job is right now, it's like the whole day I don't have any downtime during my job.
Yeah, but like your morning is you just get up and go.
Yeah.
Man. Nothing, no stretch, no fucking reading a book, no writing,
No.
Man. Yeah.
Most people don't have that, right?
I guess that's actually,
I mean, what am I going to do?
pretty
Wake up
standard.
an hour earlier, wake up at 5:30 so that I can. But then the trouble is, you know, if stand up wasn't a late time activity, it would be better, but it's a late time activity. So I'll go to work in the morning, then I'll usually come home and nap, and then I'll wake up, and then I'll hit the streets. A man of the night.
Yeah.
Gentleman of the night. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, most people, it's, are there enough people to justify like earlier mics? Probably not, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, there might be,
The
but
hobos of the comedy scene.
So I used to do that. I used to go right after work. I would go to the mics, and then I would just call it early.
Yeah.
But it's not as effective because the better mics are later.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy's better at night.
Yeah.
It's not good at 5 o'clock.
No.
I mean, it still does something, but it's much better to go. The audiences don't come out at 5 o'clock.
No.
So.
Very true.
But, yeah. But it's also, you know what the biggest thing is just not being like, oh, this needs to work right now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Everything takes time. I'm a lot further along in everything I'm doing than I was a year ago.
Yeah.
So just take it slower, and don't. That's when you kill yourself, is when you're like, I need it right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you saying that you're conflicting about feeling burnt out and lazy. Yeah, you should always have a little more to give, but not, you know, fucking killing yourself
Yeah.
over it.
I mean, it's cool that you seem to have a job right now that one of the perks seems like you kind of have a cool schedule.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can wake up, take it easy.
Yeah. I'm probably less relatable people because of that, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'll fucking wake up at 11 a.m., go for a walk, write, read.
Wow. That is so hot.
And then I'll do all that before I have to actually do work.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And so I guess I really shouldn't
You're
complain.
working for yourself, dude. Nobody has that.
Yeah.
Working for yourself. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess you have, in some ways, you got to please some people, but
Oh, yeah.
for the most, I mean,
Yeah, I've had creative
autonomy.
freedom. Yeah, I've had creative freedom. I mean, not all the way, but like enough to have my schedule be like starting work at 2 and then being done at 7. I've had that freedom for months now. And so like when like making a show or like running the club, it's pretty much, you know, my hands on the trigger.
I mean, do you ever feel lazy? You never feel lazy?
Always.
you never
Which is probably
feel-
not a good feeling, but some days there's really not like much you could do on the day. Like You could just plan for the day and be like, okay, I got to get this done tomorrow. And I don't really stress about if I'm like, oh shit, we need to set up the computer so that the SD cards from the camera can go in, and then I need to download this software to edit the cards. I'm not doing all that right now. But if I just set aside time in the week to go do it, then I'm not really too worried about it. But I always have an essence of lazy to me, because a lot of the times the comedians that want to book there or want to work with us have like families or like really stressful jobs. And so I'll get a message at like 9:30 being like, hey, can we get this done? And then I'll get like a question mark at like 11 a.m. and I'm just waking up. And so I feel lazy in that sense because this other person who I respect is working really hard and they expect almost the same from me, but I'm not going to give them that freely. And so it's the comparison syndrome. Like when I see other people who are grinding or maybe have like 3 fucking jobs, that doesn't even include stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't really relate to that person because I'm just in my own lane.
Yeah, you're like, there's nothing to do right now. Isn't there always something that you could be doing? Isn't that a thing that people say in the self-help book?
Yeah, you should. Why wait until tomorrow to do it today?
Or like being proactive, like, if you got nothing, do this, like.
Yeah, and get
make
ahead of
this
the
happen.
thing so that when the problem happens, it's not a disaster.
Or just creating a new avenue or a new branch, or how can we reach people in this way, or marketing or whatever.
Yeah.
Isn't there, couldn't you always just be handing out flyers on the corner?
That's true. I could just.
Like, isn't there always something that you could be doing?
Yeah. So that's why I always feel perpetually lazy.
Haha.
That's because I have those thoughts but still don't act on them. And that's probably not good that I don't really have that. Like I used to hand out barking cards and wait on street corners. I did that for not every day, but I did that consistently for like the first 4 months. And then I found something that I felt like was more effective, which was like online stuff and getting yourself promoted on these websites. And then I kind of didn't really care about barking anymore. So there's still like a romance to it that you're handing out cards and telling people about comedy, but as soon as you realize you just get yourself online and have a good online presence, it's just a more efficient use of time than going out and barking. But yeah, there's always something to do. That's probably how other people feel about their projects and stuff. But I mean, I'm going the right direction. I feel like I'm probably the tortoise of the group, but I do feel like I'm going the right direction.
The tortoise of what group?
All the rabbits trying to run to the end of the line.
I mean, are you though? Because, well, yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I could be dead by the time this podcast comes out.
I hope not.
I know, me too.
So I don't like funerals.
That's good. Have we lost direction on this podcast? Do we know what we're talking about? Should I even bring that up? Is that killing the energy? Just embarrass ourselves so we have a good conversation afterwards.
Dude, I'm enjoying our time right now.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck it. If none of this is relevant to other people, who cares?
Yeah.
And I just cussed for the 3rd time. Did I cuss in between that in the beginning?
Probably. Do you worry about that though, cussing?
Yeah.
Why?
I just don't think it's necessary.
Do you just feel that internally, or do you feel like you learned that from somewhere?
Yeah, I probably learned.
Yeah.
I think 2 avenues it comes from. Like, I think about kids. I'm working with kids all the time. I'm telling them not to be cussing.
Yeah.
And it's like, am I a hypocrite if I'm cussing?
Yeah, don't fucking
But
cuss.
then it's like, why am I telling them? I mean, I had a kid the other day. This is 7th grade class.
Yeah. So like 12.
And he was referring to himself as a beaner. And this is a Hispanic kid.
Yeah.
But I was telling him not to do that. And he was like, why? It's me. I'm talking about myself. I can do that. But I'm like, it's still not appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
at school, he was asking this other 7th grade white girl if he was making a joke or so. I don't know what he was saying. He said, do you have your beaner card? I can give you a beaner card or something like that. And
Yeah. That's
but
what
I was trying to think, why do I not want this kid to say that?
And why?
Well, you don't have to dig that deep to know that that kind of behavior is not going to get you far in life in some cases, like,
Yeah.
jobs and things like that.
Yeah.
But should it be like that within those jobs? Should they care?
Well, in your job, it's like a kid. So part of your job, I feel like, is being the adult and having the 30,000-foot picture to know you can't say that. And you just say that to someone. Like, you just say that to a 12-year-old and, like, you can't say that. It's true. You can't.
Yeah.
But that is a different thing if, like, the kid were like but he's not. He's not an adult.
Right.
But if an adult does that and you're like, you can't say that, that has no merit.
Right.
The person's going to say it. But in your position, because it's a kid, yeah, I feel like part of your job is molding the young mind and steering it in the right direction.
Yeah, but I want to know, why is it the right like on a deeper level. I don't want to treat a kid just like, hey, that's because I said so. I want to be able to give him a straight answer of, and the more I thought about it, it is a derogatory term that used against him. He would not like that. And I got him to admit that. He said, I don't want anyone to call me that.
Yeah.
So for him to be
freely using it.
Yeah, it's
other people will get the idea that they could say it.
Right. And we can't have an academic atmosphere where we're saying that, well, he's allowed to say it and he's not. I mean, the same would fly with the N-word.
Yeah. Or anything even.
Yeah. Even though later on in society, outside of the workplace and academic, black people are allowed to say it.
So I guess your reasoning would be you can't say that in school. Like, it's the setting that is the problem. Perhaps not even the thing.
But even just having those words in the vernacular causes more problems.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I've seen it in the classroom causing more problems. So just across the board, so what am I going to do? Judgment? Okay, what? Show me your 23andMe to prove that you're Hispanic, so that you can
Yeah.
You just can't have it.
Yeah, that's probably also like negative language theory, right? Like, if you're always saying bad words, or like you're surrounding yourself with like negative thought, that's gonna affect you. So it may not be bad that, like, that word on its own may not be bad, but it's the fact that the kid is not, it's not like friendly though. Like, you couldn't describe that word as like happy or friendly. And so that if you say negative words, it probably affects you versus saying positive words. Like, don't you just feel it in your bones if you were like hate, evil, bad, mean, like they like have an effect on your mood if you're like constantly surrounded by them or you constantly hear them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I don't want to cuss.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's also like you think so much more about what you're saying or doing when you're like, I'm putting this on the internet. Like,
yeah,
I'm posting this on my Instagram. I had a clip I posted the other day, and I said the F word in it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's not necessary, but it just happened to be in this part.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to post this clip on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Of course, my grandma follows me. Of course, my 8-year-old cousin follows me. And I'm like, I kind of wish the F word wasn't in there. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it wasn't.
Yeah.
I ended up posting it anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends on what you're going for or what you're trying to do. But in that moment, did it feel authentic? Like, did you feel like you were being somebody else, or it was just in this moment, fuck, Like,
Oh yeah,
having
I
to
mean,
go,
yeah. The reason I said it, if I was consciously thinking about the audience, then I would never cuss. But
yeah,
the problem is, I guess it's a good thing in a way. I've forgotten that I'm on camera at many times,
yeah,
and that's when I cuss.
yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like the best content is always people feel like there just happened to be a camera there.
Right.
It really wasn't set up for it. It just was like a candid moment.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to get me to think more about the audience. I'm trying to change me as a person so that when it comes time, I don't go to those words.
Yeah. Have you heard though that people who cuss actually have, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't want to say a better mental state or that they're smarter, but that when you just allow yourself to like unconsciously just blurt out that, like, I don't know what the advantage is, but yeah, I've heard that people who do that, who just like maybe not like cuss freely just for the sake of it, but like just let themselves go in terms of language, they end up being, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not smarter, it's not better mental health, but I guess it's just they can get their truth out faster because they let themselves do that. My parents used to curse so much.
Really?
So much. I had a 6th grade Super Bowl party, and so it was me and a bunch of 6th graders and some 7th graders, and
Seahawks?
they broke into, that's exactly right, Nico. It was the Seahawks and Steelers.
Oh, nice.
God damn, that was good. It was the Super Bowl 40, and had some other middle-aged school kids on, and I know you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is different," but this stuck in my mind because it happened again. Kids were wrestling in my basement, and all these kids, most of them, it's the first time over at my house. My mom comes downstairs and screams at these kids, "Stop fucking around!" And all the kids thought it was funny. All the kids thought it was like, that's kind of cool that Miss Tui curses at us. But that's just generally who my mom was.
Yeah.
And that's generally like, it's a cop-out to be like, they're from New York. But like, my parents both lived in New York City for the first 38 years of their life.
Oh, yeah.
And so their way of speaking is just different. And so my mom would cuss all the time. My mom would cuss at people who, and my dad would do it too. But like, these people weren't friends. And it wasn't like that, like her doing that or my dad doing that didn't make me like, it obviously didn't make me more aggressive. Like, it obviously didn't make me like a bad person to have that around. I just felt like, yeah, in that moment, my mom felt like shit. And so she felt like saying it.
I mean, yeah, New York's different. I mean, they got it on the stop signs are fucking stop. They got it on the bus stops. Fucking donut shop. Fucking Starbucks. It's a little different over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about cussing, man. Maybe I should just do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel lame for even thinking about it.
Yeah. That's probably why is that. It's like funnier though when people just not like unartfully, but like it is funnier when people cuss.
I know. That's the other thing. It feels like a cheat code. Like all of my punchlines are the cheat words.
Yeah.
The fill in the blank word.
Right.
And I'm like, I want to try to make something funny that's not about pooping, farting, sex,
Yeah.
people being not smart,
Yeah. Dumbasses. No, that's probably
where
just
a lot of the comedy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're also early in your career, so these are the things that straight up are funny to you.
Yeah.
It's not get them out of your system, but like work it out, and then like you will make. If you decide to make those, if you just decide I'm going to make these jokes, eventually when you find those nuggets of gold, you'll save them and be more aware that they're worth saving. Whereas, like, yeah, sex, pooping, and farting are all really funny.
Yeah.
And
And I have jokes where I'm like, I could say this a different way without the curse word, and then I'll try it, and it's like, it just works better with the curse word.
Yeah. Because it's like an expectations thing that especially if you only do it once in the joke. If you're cursing the whole time, people don't give
Yeah.
a rat's ass. But if you curse just the once, it's funny because it's the expectation that you don't curse, and then all of a sudden you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, are you making it a point to try to get back into stand-up? Were you on the show last night?
Yeah, damn player. I was, but we had an issue with tickets, and so I wasn't mentally there to.
You pulled out?
Yeah, I did. I pulled out, and that's why I don't really. It's like if I were a basketball. I was thinking this as we were loading up the canoe because I knew we were going to talk about this. It's like, that's great that I like help build a hoop, and laid down pavement and drew the lines for a basketball court. But then if we're like, great, we're going to play check up right now. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Can I really say I'm a basketball player?
I mean, maybe you're just on the DL right now.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm doing different
If you plan
stuff.
on getting back.
I
if
do.
If you don't, then...
That's a different topic if I don't. But yeah, I'm also not... I mean, the DL, yeah, I like that example, but I'm not disabled or injured. I'm just...
You're taking a mental break. Someone just did that.
That's true.
In the NFL or...
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have him in a dynasty league.
Or maybe you're taking a break because you're unvaccinated. You're like Kyrie Irving.
I'm like Kyrie. Yeah. The state won't let me come back into it because...
Yeah, he's too wild.
My status.
He's too crazy of a comedian. They won't let him... No stage will let him perform. He's banned. That's funny.
Yeah. No, when I was supposed to be on the stage, there was a fucking... That's another thing that has to... this is the thing that can't wait till tomorrow, but we had people who bought tickets. It processed through our PayPal, but it didn't populate in the ticket app. So the way that it works is the ticket app directs people to like a PayPal widget. They pay, and then that notification comes up on our end through the ticket app, and it appears as a ticket purchase. There were fucking 16 people that walked up last night. They're like, I paid, but I never got a ticket. And so, like, the show started 20 minutes late. I'm running to the other room, having to, like, grab tables. We had to grab, like, a picnic table
full?
from Maggiano's. Yeah, and I didn't anticipate these other people being there because it didn't show up on our tickets. And so, yeah, it was just a little too chaotic.
But that must have been cool. You had a big crowd.
Yeah, we did have a big crowd. And that's how it goes now, dude, is that we had 2 tickets sold on Wednesday morning for a Friday night show. And then I was having to grab tables and shit from the other room, which is a good thing.
Well, I would imagine some of the comics brought some people. No?
Yeah.
Because some of these people, first show in a while. Or
yeah.
It was like it was a big event.
Yeah, it was the OG show, so there were people. That was weird about it, too. I had people come up to me and be like, oh, my God, Pat. And I had to be like, what? And they just were people who came as audience members to the old space.
Wow.
And so for them, it's like, oh, my God, it's in this new place. I don't even remember these people. And not in a bad way. I just don't even remember these people.
Oh, you're big time. You big timed them.
I've grown out of caring for the old location of the Romo Room, unfortunately. But yeah, these people are like, oh my God, Pat. And I'm like, hey. And I just got to be all whatever.
Not signing autographs right now. I'm running a show here. Bleep out my face.
Yeah. The only autographs I sign now are on fucking checks for other people. Ugh. But no, yeah, we had a bunch of the people from the old space come out, and they told all of their people to come through.
Good show.
It was a really good show.
Yeah,
it was really fun. It was really fun. Yeah.
So, I mean, how do you feel moving forward?
Good. And that's the other thing too, when you mentioned like going to the place and going to the mic gets you like mentally active.
Yes.
And gets you to address all these things you weren't addressing before. So I had every intention of going up, honestly. And everyone else was doing 10. I was just like, I'll just do 5. I'll just treat it like I'm doing like mic material. And I'm sorting through my things. I'm writing all the sets down on like my notebook, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta do like the audio recordings of me telling the jokes, listen to them back, and then get it all right once, record that, and listen to that like 3 times, and then fuck it, just send it. but I didn't have time to get to the audio thing. But I did build a set list, and so I will go out to Mike's this week, which you should call me out on. I will go out to Mike's and try it out, see if it's funny or not.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you just gotta go, dude. You just gotta try.
Just gotta go.
Yeah.
And then you get into a routine. It's hard to be comfortable on stage, and yeah, it's freaking hard.
Yeah.
But doing it more can make you feel more comfortable, so you don't panic as much, and there's so much when you've taken a break like that, and you're like, oh, I'm doing this show. There's a real audience. It's heavy, man.
Yeah.
It feels like you're doing the Super Bowl right now. Like this is like, and you're, but if you went up yesterday or the day before, or the day before, or the day before, then
who gives a shit?
Yeah,
it's
you've
just
been
what
practicing
you do every day.
Yeah. It's hard to do the Super Bowl when you didn't play all season.
Yeah.
And then you show up and it's like,
daunting.
I don't even, which cleat goes on what foot, I need more time.
Yeah.
And you panic.
Yeah. Straight up.
That's good too, though. Take those.
To have that panic?
But yeah, just jump up on and take a shit on the stage if you have to, like, because that may be even a good story moving forward. I mean, life is like, it's crazy. Like, we know that bad, tough things, tough moments, big stories, like, teach you lessons moving forward.
Yeah.
And like, oh, it was so terrible, and it was so brutal, and I felt so bad. But that's good for you in the long run. Like, we just want to put these guardrails so it's like we only do super well, and everybody just loves you all the time, and you kill. But that's not life.
No, you gotta
fail.
Eat
shit sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta fail. But yeah, I've probably just gotten to a comfortable set where I don't really. That's why I needed to get back, because like I'm not failing as much. I'm just kind of, I got the processes. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Wake up, fucking turnkey, get it done, get paid, get out, and that's not really. Like, I haven't failed in the production side for a while.
Yeah.
I've gotten by the skin of my teeth, but no, not failed. And so, yeah, just putting myself in an uncomfortable position. That's something too. You should toil every day. You should do something that's like mad uncomfortable every day if you want to like move forward. And that's as simple as like taking a cold shower or doing a mic, because it just like wakes you up. And
Do you do that?
Yeah. I end the shower with it on cold. I don't take the whole damn thing cold. But, yeah.
That's cheating.
Yes.
But
it's a big.
No, that's good. I used to do cold showers, but now I'm kind of just don't want to.
Yeah. Why would you?
But it was good when I was doing it.
Yeah.
It wakes you up.
Take quicker showers that way, too.
Yeah, I take quicker
You're not trying to be in there for too long.
It's hard as it gets colder. It was a lot easier like in the heat of the summer.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to the cold shower.
Yeah. But now,
yeah.
It'll change up eventually. I was thinking that too. Do people did we talk about this last time, where it's people in better climates are like definitely happier, but they're not as
chiseled.
Okay. Chiseled how?
Mentally.
Yeah. You're fucking ripped, dude. Mentally, your brain is looking fucking tight.
I didn't mean. Well, it's funny because chiseled has become like a muscular thing, but to chisel something is just like I was talking about the real chiseling.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People just think of that as like the outward appearance,
like
the outward appearance of your body, but yeah, chiseling your mind is probably. People just use different words for that to describe chiseled minds.
Yeah, what would we say? We would say like your mind's not as, or you're not as
sharp.
Yeah, sharpened.
Which you get from chiseling.
Yeah,
you get something sharper by taking away from.
Yeah, your mind's sharpened. Sharpen your mind.
Yeah,
but I don't even know if it's because it's. I mean, is it that?
Is it what?
Is that what we're even talking about?
Like
living in cold weather, does it sharpen your mind, or does it just kind of make you a different person. It makes you
you a
more
different person.
durable, I think.
Yeah, durable, but I don't even know if that's like a good attribute in the way that you mean. Like, you're durable when, God, those dogs, man. It's not the same guys. I could tell. I'll never forget that guy who was going to bite off my cock.
That was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Dude,
He was ready to go.
yeah, man, that was crazy.
He was posturing as well. I don't. If you have a vest on your dog that's not like festive or like decorative, if you have like a straight up like, if you're putting a Kevlar vest on your dog, don't bring that to a park. That guy's fucking a murder machine.
Well, was
That's
it
a
a service dog animal? Was that the vest, or they just had a?
I don't know. I tried to steer away from that. I didn't look at the dog. I probably should have more, but man, I had to piss in the trees, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, for the viewers at home,
For the viewers at home, you missed a little behind the scenes. Right before the show, Pat had to piss in the woods. And so I go into the woods, and there's a family there, and they have their dogs with them. But these are
like
dogs.
German shepherds.
German shepherds, yeah. And
They could have been training them to be police dogs or something like that, or I don't know. They had these vests on.
Yeah.
They looked legit. They looked like these dogs had seen some shit.
Yeah.
They looked like they were, had some guns on them or what. Like you could see that that dog having a
fucking dog pulling a gun on me.
Yeah, you could see that dog with a gun.
Put your hands in the air.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah, those dogs were serious as shit, and yeah, they could sense I was up to no good. Plus, I was over in my territory, and I kind of walked over to their neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, they had. Well, that's probably the problem. They had pissed there before, and you were going to mark their already marked territory.
Yeah, that probably gets dogs so upset, dude.
Ooh, they were mad.
You're searching the whole. You're going everywhere, but where should I piss?
Right.
Like as a guy, I'm like, where is it quiet? Where is it away from things? But this dog is very strategic.
Yeah.
But I just go over there like an idiot. Like an idiot.
You got to sniff around first.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's why he had no respect for me.
And these dogs came charging out of the woods, two of them together, barking their asses off.
Yeah.
And I thought, uh-oh.
Yeah.
There's Pat with his cock out.
We're not going to be able to get this canoe out on the river today.
Yeah, and I hate to tell you, but I did nothing. The dogs were coming for you, and I just watched.
You were on lookout, though. You let me know when it was all right to go back. But, yeah, as the dogs were charging, I think you were just in for a show. You were sitting down and just interested to see what would happen next.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they were protecting the little kids, and like we were talking about, I was like, that was the worst situation, because peeing in public is not illegal unless it's private property or there's like kids who see it, because then you're a sex offender.
And a dog biting your penis off is not okay unless you're.
I would. That's why it would be the worst for me.
And so we were imagining you being in court, and the two defenses going at it.
Yeah.
You trying to say that this dog bit my penis off.
Yeah.
But them saying, no, my dog saved this.
It's an anti-pedophile dog.
Saved these kids from that pedophile's penis.
So what the hell?
Wait, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I wanted to say? Wait, did you have something else on this? Everybody thinks they have an off-leash dog,
Yes.
You don't have an off-leash dog.
Nope.
You don't.
No.
There's like 0.1% of people that have where they're the alpha to their dog, and they can say, Frodo, come, and they come.
Mm-hmm.
Most people do not have that. When the dog gets in a mental, like, that's severe training to be able to. I mean, dude, I was just at Zilker Park the other day. Dogs running amok off the leash. Two dogs at each other's throats, and these owners trying to get them off. Like, those dogs can't, like, it was biting this other dog's face off. It was freaking gnarly.
Oh, dude.
And I heard a scream from a dog that I've never heard before. It was like it was a strange noise.
Yeah.
But then they just carry on. Like, your dog, dude, you're not even a off-leash human. You shouldn't even be off a leash as a human. That you're like most of these people that have their dogs off the leash. What makes you think that Your dog can be off the leash. Your dog should have you on a leash, you crazy psycho. Dude, I was at Zilker Park. A freaking dog came up and peed on my water hydro flask.
No way.
Or my Yeti. I had one just like this. And one dog thought it was a fire hydrant, I guess, came up and peed. And this dog owner just looked and was like, hey, don't do that. And walked away.
Just let
I
it
wanted
happen.
to kick her in the nuts, dude.
Whoa.
And another dog wanted to come up and I was taking a nap at Zilker Park and a dog just came up and licked me on the face.
Fuck,
I guess I was asking for it. What was I wearing?
Yeah, it's something to consider. Plus that you were sleeping, which is way easier target for the dog.
But yeah, man.
Dude.
I mean, these people have these couch potato dogs that never come out. Then they just take them to the park and let them off the leash.
Yeah.
Idiots.
It's because you love your dog, but you have to have some fucking social awareness that that's not how it works out here. Like you're in other people's space.
Yeah, you love your dog, but you don't want to train it. You don't want to do anything.
No, never. Because training the dog is like kind of like beating the shit out of it.
Yeah.
At first, to let the dog know that it gets the shit beat out of it. Like when it doesn't behave, or at least putting it in its place. I shouldn't say beat the shit out of it, but like I remember training my dog, and I went to like a dog training class, and the lady was like, the dog's gotta walk on the right side of you, behind you. Like it's gonna be behind you and to the right. That's where the dog is submissive, and that's where the alpha. And the lady was like, if the dog isn't in that position, you yank it and put it there, or if it's way ahead of you, you just have it, you like turn and then like position it to where it's in that spot. And it's like this little puppy, and so it like wasn't in the right spot, and so I like gave it just like a little thing, and the lady was like, no, yank it. And so you have this like little dog that you dead ass have to like, it's got this fucking collar around its neck, and you have to like jerk it, dude. Like
you're
just
an
like
animal.
put it in its place. And
How dare you?
I know. I saw that same lady too. A dog was getting all wild. They were all puppies, but a dog was like probably trying to eat this other dog's face off, and she just comes over and grabs it by the neck, picks it up, and just boom. Just places it on the ground, knee on the belly, and the whole time the lady's all calm, and she's like, I'm calm, so the dog respects me. But like meanwhile, she's like just got this dog like dead to rights.
Wow.
She's like, I'm calm, the dog respects me, and he's gonna know not to do this anymore. Like you have to train your dog. It doesn't understand like, Frodo, no, don't do that. It's a dog.
Yeah.
It understands, like it picks its young up by like grabbing the like fat
Right.
of the neck and like whipping it around everywhere. And so you have to be like that to your dog to get it trained in public. I do like most out of what you just said, that there are people who should not be off leash. Like, what are you doing outside of
Well, dude, it's
controlled
funny.
environments?
It's funny that, yeah, like we consider it so inhumane, and I haven't really thought about this before, but we think it's so inhumane to like use physical dominance
Yeah.
to get your way
Yeah.
on other humans or on other animals and stuff. But that's just like, that's the way the world has worked forever.
Yeah.
Outside of, us being people with smartphones and whatever. But like,
Yeah.
like humans, all animals, it's all, hey, don't do that or I'll bite your face off. That's
Yes.
how the world has worked forever.
Yes.
And the dog, that's how they work
Yeah.
a little bit. So I wonder if, I don't know. I wonder if, is it so bad? I mean, I don't know.
So bad that what? What do you mean? Like,
That you get slapped when you're
No.
misbehaving.
yeah.
Because I've always thought I would never spank my kid or do any of that. But you've got me thinking about spanking now, my kids.
I have you thinking about spanking?
No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm thinking about, I'm like, that's like that's in your DNA to do that.
Yes.
So is it bad?
No. And that's
So you're gonna hit your kids, you think?
No, and my parents got the shit kicked out of them, but they didn't touch me once.
Yeah.
One time I was late to the bus for 3 straight days. I was 16 at this point, and I was late for the bus 3 straight days. My mom had to drive me into school, and she tried to kick me in the ass, and she broke a bone in her foot.
Oh yeah.
And that was the first time she tried to like hit me.
Well, you've got an ass of steel. Everybody knows that.
Thank you. I work out a lot on squats, and also I do a lot of knees over toes exercises, and so my ass is really defined. And my mom just didn't have...
She didn't respect the twerk game.
No, dude. Yeah, it was the wrong place to kick me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she got her just desserts. But no, I wouldn't hit my kids in like that classic sense, like of like spanking or like belting or whatever the fuck. But yeah, just like putting someone in their physical place, like not taking out your aggression on them. Like again, the lady that flipped the dog was like calm the whole time. Yeah. She wasn't like, shut up. She just like flipped the dog and was like, I'm calm. I'm just letting him know that I'm in charge. And I feel like that might be something that happens, but that's also a very psycho parent. Like, I just pick my kid up by the neck and I'm like pinning him up against the fridge and I'm like all calm.
Like a robot. You're like the Terminator.
Yeah.
Picking him up.
I'm like, please stand calm. Down. Stand down.
Yeah.
But people used violence to establish themselves all the time.
And
I
they
don't know if that's...
do.
Oh, yeah. And that's behind closed doors, too, that, like, people who were, like, genuinely having to command respect or be in charge, and there's a lot of fucking violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still do it in, I guess, like, the military and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Because that's when you... It's interesting. Once you get to, like, the military, things like that, that's when it's, like, a lot of stuff goes out the window. It's like, we're going to do what works.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Whatever that takes, whatever that looks like to get them to that space.
Yeah. I'm sure things have changed and there's been change in protocol and stuff, but still.
Yeah. They still have to do.
Yeah, they got to.
Wild shit. There's like sleep deprivation trials and heavy cardio and like lifting things for like hours on end. And it just, I guess you want to break the person down and then you build them back up later. But you have to break them down first, and you can't do that just by talking to them. But that's probably like violence or whatever the fuck is like, it used to be like a great tool for people to get what they wanted. But I feel like now in like maybe like social media age, it's like you can only use your words mostly to talk to people. You can't physically talk to people, and people are more likely to like retweet or favorite the statement or the sentiment from like the weaker person, like the person who's less dominant, because they're like, I'm just minding my own business. Why would you do this to me or whatever? I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's like, yeah, you're more likely to get support when you're like the weaker person, because it doesn't make sense to support the stronger person in the situation for like the group. And so that's probably why, Jesus, we're talking about physical violence. That's probably why like violence or
are we gonna
like,
get canceled from
putting
this?
people in their physical place? No.
Have we said anything problematic?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And that definition always changes anyway, so you can't really worry about it.
Yeah.
You just gotta go.
I think this is one of those where we get canceled 10 years from now when they dig it back up.
Wow. You can't really know though what that's gonna be. You can have an idea that it's talking about other shit, but yeah. There was a dude once, I think he was like a emperor or some shit. He established like a new territory. He like won a state in a war, and he put his best general in charge of the people, and the general was just like abrasive and aggressive, and the people kind of hated him, but he was in charge for like years. And then the emperor comes back and he hears about all like the bad things, and the emperor, who was apparently like a very like docile, like innocuous guy, had like a public fucking execution of his like best general. The guy was in charge of the town for like years. Yeah. And it was like the one act of violence he did his whole thing, but like he took an axe and fucking chopped the guy's head off. Oh wow. And he did it to let the people know that this guy was bad and I got your back, and the people kind of respected it because he didn't do anything violent after the fact. Like, I think that if you're like constantly violent, people lose respect for when you are. It's like when you cuss. It's like if you do that enough, people don't really
Use it as a tool.
care when you do it. Yeah, but if
Yeah.
you use it as a tool, like as a means to an end.
Yeah, no one. We don't respect the serial killers, but somebody who just kills someone once in a while, you just don't overkill. Don't be overkill.
Yeah, that's overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you would? Do you think you could kill someone?
No, but I've also never been in a position to do that or felt like that would like advance me in any way.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, I'm capable of it.
Oh, yeah, look at you. Show them your guns. Show the camera your guns right now. There we go.
Damn,
More than capable.
thickened, dude. Fucking thickened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, capable, but it's probably just a thing where like every man is capable of like great evil.
Yeah.
Because you just are. If another man has done it, you could do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe not like the psychotic shit, but I mean, yeah. Good people have murdered.
Do you feel like having
Politicians
curly
murdered.
hair makes you seem nicer?
Do you feel like people think that?
Not you as a person, but just like
Yeah.
everybody. Like
Mm,
curly hair as like a thing.
Yeah, maybe. I probably don't have the.
I mean, they call them like baby curls sometimes. Do you have baby curls?
Yeah, I've had this do since not this specific hairstyle, but like it's always been like this.
But is it called baby curls or is that something different?
I've never heard it called baby curls. I'm just curly hair. You got
Have
some
you
baby
heard the
curls.
term baby curls?
Like
Look at
I would
the
only
little
think
baby
that was
curls.
in place when the baby has curls.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think that was something that you told.
So you
an
used to
adult.
have baby curls, and then by default, once you...
Well, yeah,
become
I
not
had curls
baby,
as a baby, and if those are baby curls, then right now I still have baby curls.
So what do you have?
Curly hair.
Oh, okay.
I identify. This is what's going to get you canceled, matter of fact. When the curly hair people take over the world, you son of a bitch,
But
it's going to be curly fries for everybody.
do you think that curly hairs make someone seems nicer?
I don't know. Maybe because. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I asked you how you felt about it, because I'm not really sure. We got a spider on board right now.
Oh, shit. Is he coming for me? Oh, that guy?
Yeah, he's going for the equip right now.
Oh, my God.
He's probably
Look at him.
I know.
Wait, I'll get him. Check it out.
Okay.
Where is he? Right here?
Yeah.
I get him?
You got his web for sure. You're on his web.
Got him.
Yeah.
Die.
Boo. See, you are capable of great violence. You will kill at a moment's notice.
Dude, isn't it crazy how just because, like, that was, like, a little person, like, we don't care.
Right.
But, like imagine it being, like, way bigger, then it would be, like, a significant thing.
A huge guy? Yeah.
Yeah, like, if that same little creature was, like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, dude. If you killed a huge ass spider that was on the canoe right now, I'd be fucking celebrating you.
Yeah, it would be
I
like
would.
a
I'd be
thing.
like, that's so fucking cool. Oh, my God. Like, but you
Yeah.
kill this little guy, it's like, who cares?
It's just, like, yeah, because it's so small.
Yeah.
And that's, like, how, like, it's hard to wrap your head around that, but, like, when a giant kills a person, like a Jack and the Beanstalk kind of giant,
Yeah.
it's like we're just like little spiders. So it's like you
Right.
can't really be mad
A
at
Jack
them.
and the Beanstalk guy.
Yeah.
Were they
'Cause
just...
we do it all the time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's just how
or like
things
King
go.
Kong, Godzilla.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like, what do you expect? There's a bunch of ants everywhere. What is Godzilla
right.
gonna do?
Yeah. What is he supposed to do?
He's gonna
crush him,
That's
dude.
the same thing that we do.
Yeah.
We use Raid. He uses his flamethrower. Whatever.
Mouth.
Yeah.
He breathes fire, which I guess is a flamethrower. But that's, yeah, you're only a pacifist to things that are your same species and bigger.
Yeah.
Everything smaller than you, fuck
Yeah.
that.
But even like other like big thing, like, you know, we're much more kinder to deers or even like lion or a gorilla
Yeah,
because they're big.
right. And they seem like they have more right to live because they maybe occupy more space, or we think that they're capable of greater things, but
Mm.
like that little spider guy has like the same amount of hearts
Oh,
and brains
dude.
as a lion.
He had a family, dude. He was.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
Because he was floating. Look where we are. He came all the way out here.
Well, here's I think what the
I think he's an
problem
absentee father. I think that's why he came out here. I think he was trying to get the other side of the river. His family's over there. Whores over there. Nothing. The red light district is in those trees over there.
I mean, the fact that you think that he got from over there to here is insane.
Well, where did he? He had to come from either riverbank, right?
Dude, he was already on the boat.
You think he was already on the boat? So that all right. So he was underneath. He was on your car.
No, my canoe is like in my driveway for the past week.
Yeah.
And he came upon this spot and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna chill out here.
Yeah.
Make a little nest for myself. This is new real estate."
Yeah.
And then I picked it up and put it on top of my car.
Yeah.
And he's like,
None the wiser.
"Where are we going?"
Yeah.
His UFO just abducted my house.
Yeah. And now it's upside down on the water.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty beautiful way to go. He probably, in all his ways of... I'd rather be flicked into the Colorado River than be smashed with a newspaper if I'm a spider.
Dude, that's happened, like Godzilla's happening every day for, like, little creatures.
Yeah.
Like, that never happens for us. Like, we never get to, like, fight dragons anymore or, like, big stuff.
Yeah. It's only each other. Heavy. But if you were someone who... If we lived in a world where you had to, like, fight monsters and dragons, like...
Yeah.
Wouldn't people just, like, have more kids to compensate for the loss? Like, spiders have, like, hundreds of babies.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. We were just compensating. The poor women of our society would probably be the real victims.
Yeah.
Because they'd have to produce more to compensate for the dragons and stuff taking us out at a higher clip.
But then, I don't know. Would that make us have a better life or a worse life? If you, like, you know, because now someone dies, it's like, oh, someone died. But if, like, people are dying all the time. I guess people are dying all the time. It depends where you are.
Yeah.
Who you know.
Yeah. Fucking genocide's going on in the world right now in places. But no, we'd probably just adapt, and it would just be like our new reality. But I feel like for sure you could say that that's worse. Like, if you're the spider population and you never really got hunted and you were just like hanging out, and everyone got to have like 2 or 3 spider babies, like how is that versus having like hundreds of kids at a time, and knowing that most of them are gonna get like whacked on a boat by a towel. And then flicked into the water. Like, it's probably a better life when that doesn't happen, but you probably just adapt and just like that's your new reality. You just like redefine what it is that makes you happy.
Do you think you would have kids, or do you think, how many kids do you think you'll have?
Like me as a human?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to have kids, I'd probably have not a bunch, but definitely more than 2. If I were to have kids, I don't think I would just do a one-off. What about you? Would you have kids?
Probably. But I think I gotta go somewhere else. I don't know.
Than here?
Than anywhere. I think I'll have kids and move into the wilderness.
What?
Yeah.
Be like a
Swiss Family Robinson.
Okay.
Are you familiar?
I am.
What would be another one?
Would that be you at your happiest?
I don't know, maybe.
Dude,
it just seems like raising kids in the like with an iPhone and stuff, it's just like, whoa, like what do you even, like I feel like it would be so much easier if all they had was like maybe a book or like a bow and arrow or
yeah.
Like, can you like, doesn't that seem so much easier to raise a kid without iPhones than with iPhones?
Yeah, 100%, because it's limited stimulus and you don't have to compete for the kids' attention on things.
Yeah, and just the possibilities. I mean, a kid could, you know, buy heroin on the internet. A kid could, you know, order a hitman. A kid could start an OnlyFans. Like what you could do with you could call somebody in jail.
But yeah, I grew up probably at the edge of smartphones. I was a junior in high school when people started to get like phones that could get internet access.
Mm.
Is that funny?
No.
Is that aging me?
No, I was thinking about something else. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I was probably at the
Is this
tail
bugging you with my
end
feet?
of no. I mean, I definitely made note of it, but your toes are good.
My nails are a little long. I need to clip
No,
them.
I think those toes are fine, dude. Those toes are fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I would think that kids would find other trouble because, like,
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
What'd you do?
I did not get into it like that because I didn't live in like the cul-de-sac or even fucking suburban part of town. I lived on a farm.
Yeah.
But kids would like do ding dong ditch or like prank do like there was a kids in my high school who a guy they like ding dong ditched an old man
Mm-hmm.
and he came like racing to like come catch them and he was in such a rush he like fell down the stairs and broke his back. So like those kids like if you're on the internet, that could like just be like, I can't believe you like searched for a hitman,
Yeah.
or what the fuck are you doing with this other thing? But like, if kids don't have iPhones or like things that like stimulate their mind, they'll go out and like physically do it.
Yeah.
And that's an extreme example, obviously, of that happening in the real world. But yeah, that kid was looking for trouble, and they didn't have like a phone to interact with or do stuff on, so they went out into the real world and actually got some fucking action.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but now it's just so much. I mean, dude, yeah. People used to ding dong ditch. Now they send ding dong pics.
Nice. Yeah. You can make someone else ding dong ditch for you now with the internet. You could like.
You could.
Yeah. You could hire someone to put a flaming bag of poop on someone's doorstep.
But yeah, I mean, kids, I don't even know, dude.
It would be easier. You would have less like wild instances, I think, if you didn't have smartphones
Yeah.
with your kids. They'd be easier to control or whatever.
How you feeling?
Good, dude. You?
I feel all right.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have brought some caffeine.
Dang. Would you like some Red Bull?
No.
Okay.
Just because COVID, you know.
That's true.
I'm just kidding.
And also I'm the Kyrie Irving of
so,
gotta stay away.
Shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Do you need caffeine to like function, or do you need something to start your day with? Because you're not a drug guy, I know.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. I've been dabbling lately.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude.
Should I have brought some? We could have done some drugs on here.
That's what the Canoecast becomes.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like fucking space cadets.
The space canoe. It's like
oh,
the
dude. Yeah.
time traveler's canoe.
Yeah. Doing something, that's for sure.
Yeah, I did some weed a couple times.
Did some weed. Yeah, I've done like 3 or 4 marijuanas.
So I'm doing
Was that
pot,
recently?
right? What?
Was that recently?
Kind of. I mean, the first time I did weed was a little over a year ago.
Wow.
I had an edible. And then the second one I had was like a couple months ago. And then I have some, so
Oh shit.
I maybe had 4 or 5 times
Wow.
total.
Wow.
So
What other drugs?
like a year around, yeah, when the pandemic started, I did the weed time, and then I did. It's so much fun just saying it like a dork.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah. The weed
And
time.
I had a mushroom.
Okay.
That was
You had a mushroom. God damn it. That is funny.
and then but that's pretty much it. Oh,
Yeah.
I drank one time.
That's
for my
it?
brother's bachelor party.
Okay. Yeah. But going to like mics at bars all the time, you really don't. I mean,
Dude, have you ever hung out with a drunk person? I mean, they just suck.
yeah, they do suck.
I mean, sometimes they get a little bit. It's like a way, like they go up a little
Yep.
bit, and it's like this is cool, and then it starts at a certain point. It's like,
Not cool.
how do I get out of here? This
Right.
person is not a person anymore.
Yeah, they're bad energy. But
Well,
yeah,
it's just like, even if they're good energy, it's like, what kind of conversation are we gonna have when you're drunk and I'm not?
right.
It's just gonna be
We're on
nonsense.
different fucking planes of existence.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you're both drunk, then you can both talk like babies to each other, and it's fun. But yeah, the other way, it's a baby talking to an adult, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, can I put a movie on for you or something?
Like you play with the iPad.
Yeah.
Fucking just distract you from the world. Yeah, that's something I'll have to talk about as I get back into stand-up. Is that my dad was a drunk dude.
Yeah.
The high functioning is shit. He's fucking doctorate in math, professor at a university, head of the math department. But I mean, yeah, a lot of our conversations when I would get home from school were just fucking worthless.
Yeah.
Like, and he's like your best friend too, so like you try to like find something to talk about or whatever, but you just can't. And you end up having like this like malformed conversation with your friend. You can't get them mad. You gotta talk what they want to talk about. You can't talk about your day because they won't pay attention.
Yeah.
Like it's just like so estranged from what like a good conversation actually is. And that's what's kind of a bummer too, is that like I got good at that. And so like, if there's a drunk son of a bitch, I don't think I've been in a drunk fight in my whole life. I've been in sober fights because like I felt like someone was disrespecting me. I don't think I've ever been in a drunk fight because I know how to like exactly maneuver that situation to like make the person feel harmless or make sure that they don't like act out in a wild way. But again, like not good conversation, not something I would do again.
Yeah.
Like not fun.
Right.
But yeah, you just get used to people who are on certain substances and certain drugs, and you like learn how to deal with them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a big part of people too, is like what drugs they use. You know, you end up just becoming the thing. Like I don't think I've met a heroin guy who is like similar to anybody else. Like I feel like any dude who's done heroin or like for a while or even fucking once just has like a different way about him, and it's even hard to describe. I can't even quantify it how they are, but it's like, yeah, you just like change a bit, you just like shift a little bit in your mind because you've had that experience. And I know it's like that, like dealing with like cocaine dudes. I think they're impossible to deal with. I really do.
So, like with your dad growing up, was that like difficult for you? Were you like
In the moment, I didn't.
pissed off?
Yeah, like looking back on it, it's like shit, man. Like my dad always wanted me to be like a sports player and like be a baseball player. Fucking, I had no one to play catch with.
Yeah.
So who are you? Who's really? What do you want, man?
Yeah.
I can't give you both. You can't be the one guy and then want the other thing. Yeah, looking back on it, I guess it's something that I wish was different. And it was like so fucking. That's why I look back and I'm like, damn, like it was so stressful on my mom. And so like there are times where my mom was just so stressed and I didn't get it, because like to me it was just like, you know, I find that weird, but like if someone smells like a bar, and I mean I really like cigarette smoke and whatever the fuck, they smell like a whiskey soda, like that's what my dad smelled like when I saw him for the first time most days. So I was like happy as shit. And like that smell like makes me like, oh yay, like I get to see my dad. Like and so resentment or like feel bad about it or angry, no, because at the moment I didn't realize what was happening. It was like, that's my dad and that's how he is at 5 o'clock. So that's just how we go. I wasn't like, you know, this is rude to us and the family or whatever. Like by that time he was married. He had a daughter who was 5 years older than me. And so I was just fucking happy to be along. I was happy to like be in the room with him, you know? So however he came, I took it. But looking back on it, it was just like mad stressful for my mom. And I was probably way too hard on my mom or didn't understand what my mom is going through. Cause like, imagine that, dude, like the person that you decide to marry. I think my parents didn't have kids until they were like 4 years into marriage. And so you have this like blissful period of time with this person, and then you decide to have a family and you buy a house and you move to a new place and you both have jobs and you're living your dream, and then the person's just drunk. Like how do you deal with that? So it's just like really stressful on my mom, and I didn't know that as a kid that was what was happening.
Yeah.
Is that like all of her, like, maybe not attitude, but like, how do you deal with the kid when you know in like 30 minutes that they have to deal with like this drunk adult who thinks they're like the head of the household?
Yeah.
Like how do you have like plays with the kid, like, and try to like keep your mind off of the fact that it's about to get real weird here in a minute? But I mean, no. I mean, when I was older and I understood what was happening, I was like, oh, this is kind of fucked up that my dad does this. Dude, one time my dad got into I'm laughing because it has a happy ending. My dad is a diabetic. One day he goes to the bar, and I always thought it was, now looking back on it though, it was like fucked up. He would go to the American Legion and drink, and I don't know how that works, but he was like, he had a membership or whatever because my grandfather, which is his dad, like served in World War II. And so there's something that like if you're that person's kid, I don't know if you felt like an attachment to it because of that, or like you get like a membership. I never even asked questions. I never liked that building, that bar in our town, because I just bad association with it, you know?
I'm not familiar with the American Legion. Is that
Yeah, so I wish I was more knowledgeable about it, Nico, but I know that it's definitely a drinking post. And if you're a veteran, I know that they're remarkably kind to you in some way. I don't know if that's
like a chain. They have them in other
Yeah, they
spots?
have them, yeah. I think they're also, if it's not an American Legion, it's like a VFW, Veterans Federation. I don't know, but they have these places around the country. I don't know if it's that you get a membership or like, I don't know if you get like happy hour deals for being a veteran. I don't know how it works, but you get some benefit, and then you also get some benefit for being a veteran's kid. Like you get some whatever, and so that's why my dad would drink there.
Yeah.
Is you got some benefit. But I don't know how the process actually works or what the actual benefits are. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, is your dad still going there?
No. No. And he, how do you say, he one time goes to that place, gets a whole load on, and decides to drive home. One car accident, wraps the fucking Subaru he's driving around a telephone pole, and he gets commandeered by the cops, and they're asking him what happened or whatever, and he like refused the field sobriety and also like wouldn't do the breathalyzer. It was really confusing, but my mom got called to like come in, and my mom was a dietitian, like a registered dietitian, and even taught it as like a master's program at a university. And so she has that resume behind her, and when she shows up to the scene, she tells the cops, and the cops also know that my dad is like a professor at the one university in town, but she convinces the cops that he had a diabetic episode, and that he had low blood sugar, and he needed to like up his insulin, and he'll be, this is just like him when he's like having a freak out on diabetes, which of course the cops knew that was bullshit too, obviously. But that's, my mom reasoned with the cops in that way, and it like got my dad out of having to do any fucking jail time or pay any fee for fucking wrapping a car around a telephone pole.
Yeah.
And like a week later, we just like went to the Subaru dealer and got a new car. Like it wasn't, like that didn't just happen.
Yeah.
And so but I had that happen when I was 16, and so I had like a way more refined perspective on what was happening. I just thought it was fucked up. Dude, I remember telling my mom, I was like, you should just divorce him. And I know that sounds
How
heavy.
old are you at this time?
I was 16 or 17.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck this. Because, like, he did that and then, like, somehow managed to, like, a couple months later, like, get drunk and, like, be mean to my mom.
Yeah.
And so I remember so that happened, and then a couple months passed, and then, like, I'm over at my buddy's house playing basketball. I pull in, and it's just my dad there, and I can tell he's, like, plastered because, like, I pulled into the driveway. He's outside, and he doesn't see me. And then I get a call from my mom telling me to, like, go to the school parking lot, the public school parking lot. And it's like 10 minutes away. I'm like, what? And so I drive there, and my mom was like crying and all sad about how mean my dad was to her. It's like when you're a kid, I'm still a kid, obviously, in that position, but it's like, I can't like beat my dad up for being mean to my mom. He's a drunk asshole in this moment. But yeah, I remember like a week later, I was like, yeah, Mom, you should just like fucking divorce him. Because at that point, it didn't really matter, you know? Like, I was about to go to college. I wasn't going to be home anyway. So like by the time it like got real serious about like a divorce, that I wouldn't be really affected by it in like the way that like a young kid would.
Right.
And so I remember telling my mom, like, fuck it, just divorce him, which is a pretty heavy thing to think about.
Yeah.
And then my mom was like, no, it's too late, and you kids are grown, so it really wouldn't do anything, and blah blah blah. But my mom lived out the rest of her life married to my dad. My dad was actually a tremendous caretaker for my mom near the end of her life, and so that was a plus in the column for my dad. But yeah, that's just something that was a part of my life. And we got on this conversation because it's like drugs affect the people, like you just become the drug. And so yeah, my dad just was the liquor for a little while. He ended up doing his job just fine, but he was a tenured professor, and that means that like the university can't do anything to you, essentially. Like, as long as the class gets done and there's no like outright crazy complaints, nothing can happen. He wasn't showing up to work drunk or nothing, but I mean, as far as like Easy Street is concerned, he was fucking on it because he had nothing else to do. Once you're a tenured professor, it's not like you can prove anything else. You just do the work of teaching the class, and that's it. So, yeah.
Your dad's, you got a good relationship with your dad now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my dad doesn't drink anymore probably because he doesn't drive anywhere because he had a fucking stroke and it fucked up his vision, and so he doesn't trust himself driving. But yeah, my relationship with my dad is fine now. It's a totally different thing, though. It's even hard to like think about what the relationship was before, because again, it's like, you know this person since your birth, so it's like I have a relationship with this person 20 years ago. I have a relationship with this person now, and they look totally different.
Yeah.
The way that he speaks, because he's older, and not even like he's like, but like just the words that he uses and his language that he uses is totally different now than when it was 20 years ago. He's just a lot more docile. And I have a good relationship with him now, which I guess is all you can control anyway. You can't go into the past. But
I mean, it sounds like some of those things were not really addressed, like it was just kind of under the table, acting like it wasn't a problem.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
Maybe even now he acts like some of it didn't happen.
Yeah. There's actually a story with my dad that we obviously were a family that all went to school, which is pretty funny to think about, that my parents were professors and I went to school. But so we would get up at the same time, and my dad one morning uses my toothbrush and doesn't realize that he did it. This is separate from the drinking, which seems like it wouldn't be, but he uses my toothbrush without realizing it, or like, I don't know what the fuck. And so,
did you have the same bathroom?
Yeah, there was one. They had a bathroom in their room, but like all the toothbrushes and all like the important stuff was in the full bathroom. They had a half bath in their room, but like the full bath was in just the one. We just had the one full bath. And so he uses my toothbrush on accident, I assume, but I go in to the bathroom to like use my toothbrush. I just like see that it's wet. I'm like, what the fuck? I guess I didn't use it. I'm like trying to think, like, did I wake up in the morning, like, did I fucking brush my teeth, like, and not know it? But it was just like weird, and I just didn't think that was a possibility. So I just wet the toothbrush, I clean it, and I just use it. And then it happens again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening?
You got different colors, or you got the same?
Different colors, and we had different. They were all Oral-B's. Shout out Oral-B.
Mm-hmm.
But they were different, like, functional designs.
Yeah.
Like, you could confuse them for the same thing if you didn't see
Yeah, he had a
them
tongue
up
scrubber
close.
or something on the back, or his was
Yeah, whatever. I think mine
uh,
had the name of the dentists on it.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like when they gifted you, and so mine had the dentist's name on the back. Maybe his didn't, but he used it, and I confronted him on it, and it was like the attitude was very much like, "Whoops, huh?" And that was that. It wasn't like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'll get you a new toothbrush." Like, it wasn't very forgiving that it happened. It was just like, forget this happened and just like move on. And like it was a very forget it attitude. And then he would use moments where he felt embarrassed. He would try to use them for humor way too soon. Like, he would like make jokes about the toothbrush and like laugh at his own usage of it. And I would be like, no, it's fucked up though that you did that. And like that happened and you shouldn't do that. But because he introduced the topic, he felt like I was being too aggressive by like wanting to talk about it in like a negative way. He felt like because he used it first that he disarmed it. And so the fact that I was using it in an aggressive way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, I've done that before. I've used the wrong toothbrush.
Yeah.
But when they like look more the same.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm a bad person.
Right.
So maybe that's some work I need to do.
You should use the right toothbrush, yeah. You should always have the light on in the bathroom. I know it's hard in the morning to turn on the light because you're all groggy and stuff, but definitely turn the light on. Definitely confirm this is my toothbrush.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just so go
yeah.
that
People say that the first thing they do is brush their teeth in the morning. The first thing you should do is make sure that it's your toothbrush.
Why were you so mad, do you think?
Because it was my stuff. 100%.
Yeah.
Because it was my thing. And I definitely like could just clean the toothbrush and move on with my life.
Or did you have another one, or?
Yeah, that's another thing is I didn't have like another toothbrush ready to go.
Oh, gotcha.
Like I just had that one.
Yeah.
And so that was the one I had to use, and I damn sure wasn't going to use his in retaliation because two wrongs don't make a right, as you're familiar.
I thought for sure that you would have,
like
wiped
rubbed
his
my
up,
ass
yeah,
or
ass
the toilet.
Or like
yeah.
that.
Like, fuck you, Dad.
Oh, my bad. I guess I used your toothbrush
whoops.
too. Yeah. Oh, you don't clean your butt with your toothbrush? I do.
No? Oh, well, I used your toothbrush to wipe my ass. And I used it for mine, too. So either way, you got my ass in your mouth, Dad.
Dude, I used my brother's toothbrush a bunch. I've used my girlfriend's toothbrush.
But out of whoopsie
So I don't
daisy?
think we're a match.
What?
I don't think we could ever get married because I feel like I might use your toothbrush.
Did you say about this to your girlfriend?
No, I'm talking about you and me.
Oh, we could not get married because you would use my toothbrush?
Yeah, I think.
And that's a big deal breaker for me.
I know.
Damn. Well, I'm glad we figured this out now
Yeah.
before we had kids and bought a house.
But I'd
and
like
all
to
that.
see your toothbrush next to your dad's and see how different they are.
From what I recall, mine was purple. His
Yeah.
was blue. Mine had a different front grip.
Okay.
I think that's very funny that they put like grips on toothbrushes as
Yeah.
if like you're in there like going. But different grip, probably the same height, essentially the same bristles on the top, but a little different. Like too close enough to be like they're different. Like yeah they are, but you couldn't really tell.
So you wanted your dad to buy you a new toothbrush or to make it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he had time to go to the fucking bar afterwards, you got time to go to CVS and pick me up a whole pack. And some floss, too, while you're there. How about it?
Yeah.
And, like, maybe, like, a hot water boiler, just so it happens again. I could just pour it all over the
I'm trying to think what I did.
Toothbrush.
I mean, I've used my girlfriend's toothbrush, and I think she doesn't really care, maybe. But full disclosure,
Okay.
They're the same toothbrush. Like me, my brother, and my girlfriend have the same toothbrush.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason why. I put a sticker on the back of mine, but they look the same.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I forget to look for the sticker.
And people also just put all the toothbrushes in like a designated space, right?
Right.
Like there's usually one holder.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess you should take an extra step. Or if we were living together, I would have to take an extra step.
I also use an electric toothbrush, so it's not really something that you can just... It's not as disposable as like a
regular one.
Regular.
Yeah, you can't just throw away an electric toothbrush. No way.
But you can replace the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to get super... Are you a germaphobe?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I used to be, though.
Yeah. It was just more that it was my thing than it was germaphobe.
Yeah, dude.
Like if we were like stranded, it's like we only have one toothbrush. I would take the steps necessary to make sure that I used it and other people used it because
Right.
we had no other choice.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
because there was a choice, that's what got me fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But you, in the moments where you used your girl's toothbrush or your brother's toothbrush, was it like you felt bad, or was it just, teeth get brushed, bro?
probably, yeah, to be honest, probably not as bad as I should have felt.
Yeah, but if you don't feel bad about it, you shouldn't have other people draw you into that guilt, unless it's like objectively morally bad.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, what can I do? Sorry.
Yeah, happened.
Didn't happen twice in a row.
Yeah, that'd be hard shit if that happened
But-
twice in a row.
I wanted to, what do you think you, should we switch the topic? Or
Yeah, we can talk about, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I was going to ask, like, what do you take from, like, looking back on your dad drinking all the time and stuff, like, moving forward? Do you feel like it changes your outlook on things at all?
Definitely. I have myself, not a weird relationship with drinking, but like, dude, if I'm going to have a beer, I'm probably going to have like 4 or 5.
Dang.
Like, I rarely am like, yeah, I'll just have a beer and like chill out. It's like, I'll have a bunch.
Do you think that's in your blood, or do you think that's or
could be
learned?
Irish blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's also just my experience of drugs. Like,
You go hard. You go hard in the paint.
yeah, or at least hard is I'm like trying to be hesitant with that word, but that's probably true. Like,
All or nothing. You're not.
like
If you're
if
gonna
I
go in, you're going in.
yeah, I mean, why not?
Why did I
But
freak out?
yeah, that's also a weird thing because like I've been drunk before and like I have a really good time, but I
Mm.
know that it's not like I could never do it like 2 times in a week. Or like, there are times where I feel like it's like in my system to just like get drunk.
Mm.
But my relationship with it is, I don't feel like it's harmful because maybe it is. I don't know. It hasn't really adversely affected my loved ones,
Yeah.
but I also live with just my roommate.
Right.
So it's like, what the fuck? But
Yeah, maybe you gotta have a kid to know if you have a problem.
yeah, I should probably figure that out before I have a kid, though.
But if you say you get hammered like once a week,
No, probably
every day.
a good, not once a week, once a day. Probably a good answer would be like 2 times every 3 weeks. 2 times every 3 weeks is probably a good answer to that.
That's healthy, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if it's healthy, but I don't think it's
It
unhealthy.
happens. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I say push it, lean into it a little more.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Until someone tells you have a problem,
Yeah,
keep
just
going.
go until
go
that
hard.
point. Yeah.
No, I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, it's okay.
Um,
But yeah, I also feel that way with like weed, where like if I smoke a little, I also get, I don't know why this happens, and maybe it's just like my own mental thing, but like weed wakes me up.
mm,
Like I don't, like if I want to stay up all night, I will smoke weed.
mm.
and it'll just keep me up the whole night. And then that's also another thing where like if I smoke, it's like I'm high right now, but like could I get higher? I could get higher. When's the next time I'm gonna get high? Am I gonna stop being high? I don't have all these thoughts all at once.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if I smoke, I feel like I should smoke more or like go until I'm like tired of it, I guess. But yeah, those are my only two things I do though, and I'm able to take a break from both. Like I think I recently went like a month without drinking, and I recently went 3 months without smoking, and so it's not like
You
I
can clap to that.
have like an addicted. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can control myself. How about it, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some applause.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I
some
think the fact that
admiration.
you're thinking about these things and all that is, it's good. And
Yeah.
that you can, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, you super don't have a problem now. You took a month, 3 months off. You're,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do you feel like you would ever go like go hard, go down the Wonderland hole?
I mean, maybe if I was like really sad,
Damn.
but
Yeah. You're just like one of those like happy sober people.
no,
Yeah.
not all the time.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. You're allowed
No,
to
I'm
have
not
a range of emotions, but I mean, like,
Happy.
you're just
sober.
one of those like, you know,
What does
you
that
go to
even
a
mean?
party
You're-
and just like be yourself.
Oh, I just don't go to parties usually. Like,
Nah, that's true.
I hate it.
Hate it?
I mean, not always. I do go sometimes, but like,
Yeah.
I'd much rather do this than go to a party with loud music. I hate chaos. I hate
Yeah.
even like big concerts and stuff give me anxiety sometimes. It's like I like it at sometimes, you know.
Right.
I went to Astro World, like the
It's
look on
funny
your
to
face.
think about. Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like everyone who goes to an Astro World concert is a victim.
what do you mean?
Well, just it sounds bad. But you had a good time.
Oh, you're saying the like the music, like just
Yeah.
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 Dude, I mean, it's terrible what happened, but I had a good time, yeah. Because I didn't know that was going on.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah, I mean, like being with a bunch of people, it was like, whoa, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't had that in a long time.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, like ACL. I went to ACL for half a day and I was like, that's all I can handle.
Yeah.
I can't be going 3 days all day with music. And
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you need to be high to be able to
Really enjoy
withstand that.
yeah. I think it's also if you go somewhere where everyone is, there's no way it's fun. Like if you go to like a New Year's party, I don't think there's ever been a fun New Year's Eve party. And that's wholesale covers all things. I think if you are forced, if everyone feels like they have an obligation to party or like go out, then it's probably not a good time. Yeah.
I think they prepare too much.
Prepare too much, they expect too much out of it, and so
Yeah,
they
they got a
they're not
mindset.
themselves.
Fun happens better like naturally when it's
Yes.
unexpected, organic, you know,
Yeah.
grassroots.
Grassroots fun.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so what do you think about weddings?
I think they're important because the families deserve them.
Yeah.
That's usually what they were purposed for in the first place, right? It was a tool,
A transaction.
yeah, to like merge these families,
Yeah.
and like get like some commerce going between places that usually wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to say no to a guy. It's like, listen, my son is married to your daughter. You know, let's get this trade through. You know,
let's
that
get it
probably
going.
facilitates.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah. You know, all of a sudden you have an extended family. I think that.
So you see it as a business opportunity. You got you're making deals. Listen, hey,
Yeah.
we're family now. I got an offer
Yeah.
you can't refuse.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised more people aren't in like a bunch of marriages going on at once. Because that's just a robust network at that point.
It is. It's a good, yeah.
Yeah. No, being polyamorous is fine. It's probably not good when you're the only one who knows that's happening. That's
Do you
bad.
think you're going to get married to your girlfriend?
I would like to.
Wow.
I have no idea when that's going to happen. I don't really. I say I don't care in the sense of it could be 10 years from now, 12 years from now, never. As long as I'm with her, that's what
beautiful.
I care about. And as long as she still wants to talk to me and wants to deal with me, then I'm fine with whatever it looks like or whatever it is.
That's love.
Yeah.
And what about she trying to lock you down or no?
She's a really independent woman, and I think that her life experiences lend her to be like
Miss Independent.
straight up, dude. She's a strong black woman.
Straight up.
Straight up. And so she doesn't really. She's told me, and she told me that before we ever decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend. She's like, look, dude, like. She obviously didn't talk the way I'm about to talk, but like she was like, look, dude, like. I can go out by myself. I can be fine. I could enjoy my life being by myself. I don't need another person to feel fulfilled or to feel happiness or anything. It's a plus to have that thing, and it is nice, and she likes having me around, and I do serve the purpose for her to like be able to talk about work when it doesn't feel. I mean, that's what everyone enjoys. Maybe not in a partner exactly, but like people enjoy having free conversation with someone without worrying about, oh, is this person a rumor starter?
Yeah.
Does this person have my best interest in mind?
Are they gonna charge me?
Right. Am I gonna get a Venmo charge after this?
Yeah.
My time.
Am I on the clock?
$40. Yeah.
You guys cuddle?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Oh yeah. That's a good experience.
Yeah.
But again, she's so strong that I'm usually the teddy bear in the situation.
Oh, you
She
go,
usually
you go
has
small
me.
spoon.
Yeah, she usually has me in her nook.
And are you facing the big spoon or are you?
She will lay down.
Okay.
And then I will just be nooked.
Like she's on her back.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of nestled in there.
Yeah.
Dang.
And where she'll have me. Yeah.
I like that.
We've tried other ways
Do you
too.
have a picture?
But no, because it's just the two of us. But that's something we should think about doing next time, is taking a selfie like that. She would take it, obviously, because she's the big, strong woman and I'm the baby. But
That's hot.
I know.
Is that how the relationship is, kind of?
That she's the big, strong woman and I'm the baby?
Like, does she talk to you in like a baby voice and stuff? And you're like,
Did you have a good day?
Go.
Yeah, she owns a home and I rent an apartment. So whether I like it or not, that is how we speak to each other. She's the big mama bear.
When are you going
She's
to
got
move in, do you
benefits.
think? I feel like you should move in, don't you think?
We probably wouldn't move in unless we moved to another town, because she lives in Killeen.
Right.
And I don't think she likes having that investment on her. It sounds so silly to say, but she is 39. So like, what the fuck? She likes having that investment on her portfolio. And we wouldn't move in together unless it was, because I'm not moving to Killeen.
How often do you see each other?
Once every 2 weeks is a good metric right now. And that's because it used to be once a week, but she watches her mom now. She takes care of her elderly mom.
And you don't want any part of that.
She doesn't want me to be a part of it.
Oh, really?
I've offered, and we got damn close to an argument one time because I was like, let me help. Like, I have time. My job is obviously free-formed.
Yeah.
I could, like, do whatever I want, and then at night just drive up and then help you in the morning.
Yeah.
All morning. You go to work. I could fuck around and, like, make lunch for the lady and make sure she's sorted. Take care of her.
Yeah.
Is that what you thought I was going to say?
Well, you started saying the F word with her grandma. And I was like, what?
Because I said food.
Oh.
I thought.
What?
Food. I thought I was saying I could prepare food or friendship.
We'll check the tape.
Okay. We're happy to.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just messing around, kind of, and it's probably inappropriate.
Never met the mom. Never met the mom. And I don't think that.
Are you being catfished?
Who's my girlfriend? That would suck, dude. That would suck. If she told her live-in husband and her kids that she's going to, like, see her friend, and then she just come see me.
Right?
I mean, she would have to be remarkably cunning, and that would just have to be
Have
like
you met her
an
in
evil
person?
thing.
Have you met her in person?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought we covered that with the cuddling, dude.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to really nail that part in because,
Yeah, I guess it wasn't confirmed because I could have said that, like, we were dealing with, like, a proxy Or like a Lars in the Real Girl
Yeah.
situation, where of course she's on her back. She's an inflatable doll.
I mean, how full circle is this conversation? If really, remember what we talked about at the beginning where the guy had 2 families with the same?
Oof.
Maybe there's a 1 or 2, 3 Pats out there.
Fuck.
Whoa.
Yeah, that would suck, dude. That would suck because you exist for some reason, and then you would just end up resenting that reason why you existed in their life. You know,
You're just some
if
side
she
dick.
was like, yeah, you're just, you're the baby. Otherwise I'm dating, early 50-year-old men, or, the other guys I date aren't funny, but they're successful.
Yeah.
They have homes and cars and things. But yeah, I just serve the purpose. I'm just like I'm like the dessert.
Wait, so why
That would
doesn't she
suck.
want you to meet grandma or mom?
I think because it would initiate a different conversation. Because now the mom would think like, oh, this is wishes, and it is true that I'm her partner and stuff. But like, all of a sudden now it would be part of that family.
She's not ready for you to be.
Part of the family?
Yeah.
No.
Do you feel like you need more than that, or?
I would want that in at least some form, because like she's told me that like she has brothers that still live in Mississippi, and she's like, it's crazy down there. Like they're not, like they're living on the fucking moon. Like they don't value things the way that other people value them, and it's like part of the culture down there. And she knows, she'd seen me live and she's seen them live, and she just knows it wouldn't be a good, like we wouldn't be friends. I don't think she knows that. And so
Yeah, that's not the point.
I know
You're not supposed. You're like.
you're supposed to be
I didn't.
family.
Meet my girlfriend's brother in order to be friends with him.
Yeah. But why did you meet him though? Just to consummate the relationship, or to like let him know that you're a part of his sister's life?
Yeah, and it just happens organically. Like, you and your girlfriend would be spending more time if she opened you up to her family.
That's true.
So
she allowed you
cutting
to
it
do
off
that.
and keeping it separate is just not. If my girlfriend, every time she went to hang out with her family, I wasn't invited, it's like, wait, like our lives are intertwined in a way. Like, why do you?
Yeah.
You're gonna not spend time with me because
You're with
you
your
don't
family?
want me to meet these people?
I
Why?
thought I was a part of your family. Yeah. That's a good point. Damn. Sad. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because, well, I don't know if it's also like an attachment thing where like it's been a year and a month since I've known her. So like maybe she's like slower to open up. Dude,
Yeah.
she didn't tell me shit about her military service until we were like 8 months in. I didn't know a damn thing. Not a damn thing. And I feel bad saying it, but it's true that like she like finally told me that like, she was like a part of like live combat, and like she had to like be on patrol when other people were sleeping because they could get like bombed at any time. Dude, she told me, after knowing her for a year, she told me last month that like she saw like a woman lit on fire.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which has got to be like, for anyone, one of the more traumatic experiences you'll ever go through. But yeah, so like there's just like things that she just doesn't open about, and I don't even ask those questions, but like eventually they do come.
Yeah.
And so I have faith in that.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, the justification is she doesn't want me to be exposed to her having to care for her mom or whatever. But I mean, yeah, that's why we got into a damn argument about it, because I was like, or close to an argument, is because I was like, I want to help, let me help. And she was just basically like, no. And so I tried to bring it up again like 3 or 4 times. And then eventually she was like, look, man, like, I'm going to take care of my family in the way that I need to. And if I need help, I'll let you know, essentially. I mean, I guess you can be too independent to where when people are like dying to help you, they're almost begging to be a part of that function of your life and like make it easier for you, and you still turn it down. It's like that's a downer for someone who's trying to help.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, then what the fuck? Like, why am I even
Well, and it's also weird for me because does her grandma need more help or not? And if you could help that, then it's almost being selfish to her grandma to not let you help.
Offer that help.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Why
Yeah.
not? If it
Yeah.
if it could benefit her,
Yeah.
wouldn't she take help from anyone?
Yeah. It
Or
could
does she
be.
not trust, or I don't know.
Yeah. And then we've never talked directly about. I guess I should ask her about this, but I don't know if it's a race thing too, because the mom's black, and then it would be Wish dating a white man. I don't know if that's happened in her life before. We like lightly bring up race sometimes. Well, she'll be like, "I know you like chocolate," but yeah, we don't bring up the race thing very often. So I don't know if that's playing a part in it as well that I'm not seeing, or she's just trying to be kind to me about that. Because, like, for all I know, it could be scandalous that she's not dating a black guy, that she's dating a white guy. Yeah.
Well, depends what you want, man. If you
I know.
if you're cool with what's going on, then do that. If you're not, then
Yeah. So I just want her, and however that comes, I guess I would just
that's love.
take that. Yeah. I would just take that because, yeah, however it comes, I guess. But
This we're running out of time on the cameras.
damn. Wow.
Speak of the devil.
Is that low battery or is that daddy?
This is dead on me. You got anything else to say?
This was a very good conversation. I don't feel like we touched on any like hilarious comedian points. I think we just talked about life, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
always enjoy time with you. We didn't get to talk about the very precarious business situation I find myself in,
Do you want to talk about it?
but
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it on air or not.
yeah, I guess that it's gonna look a little different, but it won't look that different, and that we'll figure it out as we go. But it's definitely gonna be hard work now, where before it was just exciting and new. But yeah,
Hold on.
damn sure can't do it alone and have it be successful because fucking Voldemort's moving across the street here in a couple months, and I can't compete with Cap City on my own. It's just impossible. So, yeah. I think I would just move to doing, like, I feel like producing, making my money is still tight as shit, and I think that doing what we did this last year is amazing. And so I would move to doing a production maybe once a month or once every 3 weeks. And if it's not the Brass Tap, I'll find somewhere else to do it. It's also like, that's like a sunk cost thing too, where like you invest in something and then it changes in some way and you still want to continue with the thing because you feel like an obligation to do it. But in truth, it's like, I didn't have it a year ago. And so, you know, I've had really cool experiences, and I feel like for what it's worth, like my reputation is much different than it would be if I were just open micing it and trying to book for the last year.
Yeah.
Get myself booked rather than book. Like there would be a different perception. I would be funnier if I went down that road, but now my life just looks a different way than it did. But it could change because it's just been a year. That's all it's been. It's just a year.
Yeah.
That's all gone down in less than that. It's less than a year. This Sunday, November 14th, will be the 1 year. So this is the last day where it's under a year.
Congrats.
Thank
I mean,
you.
Matt, man, you're running this comedy club. You're doing cool stuff. Yeah, looking back on a year, how far you've come, the cool things you've accomplished.
Yeah.
It's you know, I commend you for it, and I'm proud of you.
Fuck yeah,
And
dude.
whatever you choose to do, it's like it's part of the story.
Yeah. I know that I'll be successful in whatever form that takes. But yeah, the Romo Room is it has to change or do something different now because it won't be the same brain trust that was running it before. But yeah, I would probably just move to doing productions every month, big ones that I could pay my whole rent on doing like one big weekend with somebody and getting tickets that way. If it's not the Brass Tap, fuck it. But yeah, that's where I was going, is that like whatever form it takes, I don't really give a shit as long as I'm still going. I have to pee so bad.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay. It's the Red Bulls that got me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a trick to how much liquid you can consume.
Damn.
You got to pee before, and then you got to...
Yeah, but I was going with the Red Bull while I was peeing. Not while I was peeing, but I was drinking it before and I was drinking it after, so
Yeah.
it wasn't really a timed thing.
Right.